The 31st Anti-Aircraft Brigade was an air defence formation of Britain's Territorial Army from 1936 until 1948. During World War II, it defended West Yorkshire and later participated in the North West Europe campaign. Origins: the formation was raised as 31st Anti-Aircraft Group on 1 November 1936 at Retford, forming part of 2nd Anti-Aircraft Division. Its initial order of battle was as follows: 66th Anti-Aircraft Brigade RA, Heavy Anti-Aircraft Unit formed at Leeds in 1936 by conversion of 7th Battalion, West Yorkshire Regiment HQ Battery 184th Anti-Aircraft Battery 185th Anti-Aircraft Battery 186th Anti-Aircraft Battery 197th Anti-Aircraft Battery, 67th Anti-Aircraft Brigade RA Unit formed at Rotherham in 1936 by conversion of 5th Battalion, York and Lancaster Regiment HQ Battery, 187th Anti-Aircraft Battery 188th Anti-Aircraft Battery 189th Anti-Aircraft Battery 198th Anti-Aircraft Battery, 43rd Anti-Aircraft Battalion, RE, Searchlight Unit formed at Huddersfield in 1936 by conversion of 5th Battalion, Duke of Wellington's Regiment HQ Company 370th Anti-Aircraft Company 371st Anti-Aircraft Company 372nd Anti-Aircraft Company 373rd Anti-Aircraft Company, 46th Anti-Aircraft Battalion, RE, Searchlight Unit formed at Grimsby in 1936 by conversion of 5th Battalion, Lincolnshire Regiment HQ Company, 382nd Anti-Aircraft Company 383rd Anti-Aircraft Company 384th Anti-Aircraft Company 385th Anti-Aircraft Company. In 1938 the RA replaced its traditional unit designation, brigade, by the modern regiment, which allowed the AA groups to take the more usual formation title of brigades. Anti-Aircraft Command was formed in April 1939 to control all the TAR's AA units and formations. 31st AABDE transferred to the new 7th Anti-Aircraft Division when that was formed in Newcastle in June 1939. As AA Command continued to expand, existing units moved to other brigades and were replaced by newly formed units. World War II. Mobilization. On the outbreak of war, 31 AABDE was based at York and was mobilized to defend West Yorkshire with the following order of battle: 66 AA Rect RA, as above. 96 AA Rect RA unit formed in 1939 HQ at Castleford, 186 BTY at Oulton from 66 AA Rect 287 BTY at Pontefract, 294 BTY at Castleford, 295 BTY at Halifax, 296 BTY at Halifax. 43 AABN RE, as above. 49 AABN RE, Searchlight Unit formed at Bradford in 1937 by conversion of 6th BN West Yorkshire Regiment HQ, 395, 396, 397, 398 COIs at Bradford. 31st Anti-Aircraft Brigade Company, Royal Army Service Corps. During the Phoney War period, AA Command was desperate for men and equipment to meet its huge commitments. When the War Office released the first intakes of militiamen to the command in early 1940, most were found to be in low physical categories and without training. 31 AABDE reported that out of 1,000 recruits sent for duty 50 had to be discharged immediately because of serious medical defects. Another 20 were judged to be mentally deficient and a further 18 were unfit to do any manual labor such as lifting ammunition. Fitness and training was greatly improved by the time Britain's AA defences were seriously tested during the Battle of Britain and Blitz. In 1940, RA regiments equipped with 3-inch 3.7-inch AA guns were designated heavy anti-aircraft to distinguish them from the new light anti-aircraft regiments, and RE-AA battalions were transferred to the RA and designated searchlight regiments. Battle of Britain and Blitz. During the Blitz, 31 AABDE remained responsible for AA defence of the West Yorkshire towns and cities, and was transferred to a new 10th AA Division on 1 November 1940. At this period it was composed of LAA and SL units, 38 LAA Rect, Part 71 LAA Rect, formed January 1941. 43 SL Rect, as above. 49 SL Rect, as above. 54 SL Rect. On 30 September 1942 the AA divisions and corps were dissolved and a new 5th AA group assumed responsibility for northeast England, including 31 AABDE. Northwest Europe. Early in 1944, 31 AABDE under the command of Brigadier E. Coley was earmarked for overseas service with 21st Army Group in Operation Overlord. At the time the brigade was headquartered at Tadcaster, later at nearby Newton Kyme, in North Yorkshire as part of 5 AA Group with the following searchlight units under command: 41st Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery; 42nd Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery; 54th Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery, as above; 64th Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery, later replaced by 58th Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery, both remained in the UK and converted to garrison units. The regiments re-equipped their AALMG sections with twin Browning machine guns and carried out bull's-eye exercises over northeast England with the night fighters of No. 264 Squadron RAF. On 15 April 41 SLRGT received orders to mobilize for overseas service, followed on 1 June by 31 BDEHQ and 42 and 58 SLRGTS. 31 Brigade HQ moved to its concentration area at Addlestone in Surrey and came under the orders of 21st Army Group on 21 June. However, embarkation would not follow for several months, during which the HQ staff had to undergo 3 weeks of battle training at Perranporth in Cornwall, and then run SL training in Wiltshire. No. 85 Group RAF was responsible for night fighter cover of the beachhead and bases in Normandy, and was keen to have searchlight assistance in the same way as Fight Command had in the UK. A detailed plan was made in advance to have a belt of SL positions deployed from Caen to the Cherbourg Peninsula. This required 9 SL batteries of 24 lights, spaced at 6,000-yard intervals, 6 rows deep. Each battery area was to have an orbit beacon, around which up to 4 fighters would be positioned at varying heights. These would be allocated by fighter controllers, and the SLs would assist by illuminating targets and indicating raid approaches, while area boundaries would be marked by vertical SLs. 6 SL regiments were specially trained for this work under 31 and 50 AABDEs. In practice, most of this was never implemented. Liaison with the U.S. Army units around Cherbourg having proved problematical. In the end, only 41 SL Rect and the Royal Corps of Signals section of 42 SLRGT deployed along the western part of the layout planned by 85 Group, and came under U.S. command. Later they deployed along the River Seine. The brigade HQ finally landed at Arromanches on the 2nd of October and was not allocated an operational role. The brigade proceeded to Brussels, where it was given the task of setting up a practice camp for training operators on the new Mk8 centimetric searchlight control radar. It was also ordered to begin trials on SLC radar for tracking enemy mortar fire. 41 SL Regiment had been detached from the brigade and was employed in the anti-diver role against V-1 flying bombs heading towards Antwerp, while 42 SLRGT was under U.S. command in Antwerp itself and 54 SLRGT was still training in England. This meant that apart from its signals and Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers sections, the only troops under the brigade's command were a detachment of 41 SLRGT personnel attached for the counter-mortar trials. On the 18th of November, a premature explosion while firing a captured German 81mm mortar killed 5 men and wounded 4 men of 41 SL. Lieutenant Gilbert Rabbets of 41 SL acted with great gallantry, rapidly removing wounded to hospital, though himself badly wounded, and was later awarded the MBE. Early in 1945, in preparation for the forthcoming offensive in the Clever Reichswald, 31 AABDE carried out experiments in Belgium to optimize artificial moonlight techniques whereby SL units provided lighting for night movement of ground troops, for floodlighting their objectives and for dazzling the defenders. HQ 31 AABDE remained with 2nd Army until the end of the war in Europe. In April 1945 it was commanding the occupation troops and coast defences of the Friesland area, with 64 Harecht under Commanders Infantry. Post-war, when the TA was reformed in 1947, 31 AABDE was renumbered as 57 AABDE, with its HQ at Immingham, and the following order of battle: 462 Harecht at Hull, 491 Harecht at Harrogate, 581 Harecht at Scunthorpe, a former 46 SL Recht, see above, 529 LAA Recht at Grimsby, 539 LAA Recht at Lincoln. However, the brigade was disbanded by the 27th of September 1948. AA Command was disbanded and the Air Defence of the UK was reorganised in 1955. A new 31 AABDE was formed as a TAR HQ from the regular Army's 8 AABDE, based at Gosforth. It was disbanded in 1961.